Hello, and welcome to West Ham Reunited. We are back. Your Friday night starts here. Here. But John's going to tell me off. The last two episodes, we haven't done it. I'd like to thank our channel sponsor, Glazewise. Windows, doors, and conservatories in London, Essex, and Kent area. John is your man. And if you quote West Ham Reunited, you get a discount. And of course, Iron supporting food banks. If you can make any donation when you're going to a home game. If you're feeling generous, you've had a few bevies, why not do a donation now of the website at the bottom? But first of all, Jazz, how are you doing?
Yeah, not too bad. We've had a couple of days rest. So, yeah, we're ready to go now. And we're going to have a very busy week next week with the 3 games with Europa. So, yeah, let's kickstart tomorrow's game and have a good discussion today, I think. Yeah, looking forward to it. Yep.
Yeah. He's been eager to come back, like Jesse Lingard. We've got Mitch back on the show. How you doing, Mitch?
I'm good. I'm good.
Good, mate. Good. Looking forward to the game tomorrow?
I'm not. Nah. As I said before, I'm struggling to get away tickets at the moment. The whole system.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the next away game I've got is Burnley, which is quite far away.
I didn't realise it was a Sunday until the other day. I was like, "What? It's a Sunday? You're having a laugh?"
Yeah.
I didn't realise. So that's a bit of a trek. But yeah, it's what it is.
Burnley's far, isn't it?
Yeah. So if you get the result, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
Ian, how are you?
I am fantastic, thank you, mate.
Yeah. Not long to go now, mate. Not long to go now.
No, Premier League's back. I'm buzzing.
Yeah, no, exactly. So, Jazz, we face Wolverhampton Wanderers tomorrow at Molineux. We done the double over them last year. Do you reckon that plays a part? The fact that we've done the double over them. Do you reckon that's in their minds?
I think so. Yeah, because I think the players on both teams are, 80-90% is going to be the same players. I think, and we saw Leicester. We got one over them now. And last 2 years, I think we've beaten nearly every team now, so no one to be afraid of. And I think the whole country's looking up and taking notice of us. So imagine being in their boots today. I don't think they're going to be looking forward to it. Really, that's the way I look at it. Third versus I should say joint second really versus 8th. 7 points between us, and I think in form we're probably second versus 5th. So yeah, looking forward to it, and certainly not afraid of anything like we used to be sort of a good few years ago. So yeah, looking forward to every game, knowing that we're going to give it a good crack, I think. Yeah.
So Mitch, this might surprise you. Tomorrow, if we win, we do our joint record of 5 wins in a row. The last time we done that was under Alan Pardew in February 2006. It's not really a great record to hold, really, but could we make it 5 wins out of 5?
I remember a record like I think it was just even a year and a half ago. It was like last time we won 3 or more games in a row. It was like 10 years ago.
Yeah, it's mad, isn't it?
But obviously you're playing a bit better now. So, but that's decent. I didn't realise we've done that well in 2006. To get that many wins in a row.
I think breaking out loads of records, away records, all kinds of records are going, aren't they?
Yeah, we're still unbeaten away from home as well, which is amazing. Ian, do you reckon that? What do you reckon? Do you reckon it'll be a close game tomorrow, or do you reckon we should just go in all guns blazing like what we have been already? Really?
I don't know. I think there might be a little bit of a hangover from the international break. We had a fair few players away, didn't we?
Yeah.
Antonio obviously travelling halfway around the world. But I think the second half we're going to come out strong and turn up and spoil everyone's day.
Yeah.
All the Wolverhampton Wanderers fans' day.
No. But go on, Jazz. Sorry, mate.
Talking about Antonio, I assume everyone knows he came back a day early and Mr. Gold paid 100,000 for the private jet from Jamaica.
Yep.
Does anyone know how you tally up to 100,000? I suppose it's just one person you're carrying rather than the way we travel, isn't it? I suppose, but that's one hell of a fee, isn't it?
So I was on Dave and X's podcast thing last night, and even X said it's not that much. He said your first class or business class ticket, you're looking at like 3 or 4 grand, and he said like private jets, you're probably looking like like 10 times more than what that, so about 40 grand. But David Sullivan was in his ear saying, "Oh, just say I paid for it." He mentioned that on his Instagram story, didn't he? So he wants to get. But like you said, fair play to him. Like it's not. But that's what X said last night as well. It's not the first time we've paid for it, but it just seems to be because it's Mikel Antonio. We've done it for Winston Reid before in the past, and players like that. Yeah. So, Mitch, what do you reckon? Do you reckon it was 100 grand?
No, I'm not sorry. I thought 100 grand. I don't know what private jet he's buying, unless he's got like Lingard in the back seat coming as well. But yeah, 100 grand is ridiculous. I mean, I don't know because I don't have that kind of dough, unfortunately. But yeah, I still thought 100 grand was a bit excessive. So yeah, but I mean, fair play. Fair play to It's just a silly little thing, isn't it? Like that's come out in the news. Some of them will be buzzing about it, like for the amount of stick he gets for not spending money. To have that little article in Sky during the week that David Sullivan's booked out 100 grand a week. I mean, 100 grand to get Antonio back early. Like he'll be licking his lips and going, "Yeah."
That's just been added to the interest loan back. He's probably put about 10% interest on it. Do you reckon?
Yeah.
Do you want another stat, Jazz? This is for both teams. Excluding penalties, no side has scored more Premier League goals this season than West Ham with 6. However, Wolves are one of 2 sides yet to concede from set pieces, along with Man City. So they've not conceded yet, Wolves. Is tomorrow going to be their day where they get unleashed by a Zuma powerful header or a big Craig or Issa? What do you reckon, gents?
I reckon we could see Souček on the score sheet tomorrow. Near post run from a corner.
I'm joking.
It's been a while, hasn't it, since he scored? So I think he needs to open his account at some point.
I got distracted by that comment from Steve. That's really good news. So the ban's not going to be carried forward. All right.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because they are actually having a lockdown, aren't they? I thought it was just for non-vaccinated people. I get so confused with.
But our ban doesn't go. Yeah. So.
What? So we can't fly out there then, anyway? Is that what you mean? I'm confused.
No, the ban on the fans were banned, weren't they? To 10 anyway. So we were worried that the next game we might be banned, like the knockout stage. The ban might be carried forward for that. So
if they're going into lockdown, surely all the people will get their money back then.
Oh, that's a different argument. This is about the ban on.
No. I'm just trying to work out. Surely that we'll be getting our money back then. If the whole country's gone into lockdown, then they'll be able to claim their money back for flights and hotel because they were struggling, weren't they? But,
yeah, I don't know how it works. Okay, I've never booked in. I don't know how it works out. I'm not sure. Yeah. Credit cards, I get it back next day usually, but I don't know how people are paid debit card or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah. And another stat before we move on, gentlemen. Jarrod Bowen has scored more goals against Wolves than any other side. He's averaging a goal every 77 minutes against Wolves.
Nice.
Not bad
going.
Yeah,
take that.
Not bad going. So, Jazz, no, actually, we'll start with Mitch on this one. Have you watched much of Wolves this season? Do you like the look of them? Is there anyone who we should fear?
I do, actually. I've watched a bit when they've been on. I've noticed they've had a lot of 3 o'clock kickoffs this year. So I find myself, I've seen them, I think, twice this season. When they've had early or late kickoffs. But if I pick them up much of the day, then I'll see them as well. But I like the look of Cann. It looks decent, that player. I wish we got him. He's very quick. I feel like, I'll tell you what, at West Ham, I feel like we actually cope all right with pacey and strong forwards. It's usually just the more technical players. I saw a stat the other day. I can't remember who it was on. I tell you who it was. It was on the transfer market.
Yeah. And
it was saying about West Ham, out of all the teams in the top 5 leagues, they're like 4th in terms of. It's a weird statistic in terms of how the more skilled players with closer control, were more agile. West Ham struggle the most against those kind of forwards, and they always have done. And I've noticed that, like players like Aguero was always been like, a player that we've always struggled against. But Cann ain't really that kind of player. So I don't see him as a threat against us. Even though I think he's a good player, I don't see him as a threat against us. I think Jimenez is. I think Jimenez has scored some goals against us in the past. He's a technically gifted striker.
Yeah.
As I said, I think before when I came on, it's good to see him. I've always rated him. I've always liked Jimenez. So to see him bounce back from his head injury it's really good to see. But obviously not against us. So yeah, I mean, there's not many players I rate too much in their thing. I think the goalkeeper's not too bad. I think he's a good replacement for Patricio. Ruben Neves is a good pass of the ball, but again, nothing special. Adama Traore, I've always thought has looked really dangerous against us, especially. I think I still rate Adama Traore in terms of on a wing. Not great as end product, but against us, I do fear him. Like people say, he's not that good, but when he's on the ball, I remember last year he picked out this naughty cross and they scored from it. They just absolutely took away our two players. So Adama Traore is probably the only player I fear. There's not really anyone I fear in the Wolves team, to be honest.
Yeah, no, definitely. So we look at their last game. So obviously they lost to Palace, which really surprised me, really, with that. And apparently they really didn't turn up. But if you look at their previous, obviously winning 3 and drawing 1, so they're on no slouch. But obviously we're winning 4 in a row. Ian, Mitch sort of mentioned Adama Traore and Jimenez.
Mm-hmm.
Do you reckon their defence? As you can see, they concede a lot of. Well, I know we've conceded like 3, obviously there, but they leak a lot of goals. Do you reckon that's where we got a target? Really, isn't it? Really, their defence is not great.
Yeah, I think they're a bit more expansive, aren't they, than they were last season under Nuno? They were very compact, especially first half. When you look at the teams they have been playing, although they've won 3, drawn 1, Everton are not in the best of form, Aston Villa are not in the best of form, and neither are Newcastle. So I think when you look at ours, obviously, okay, we've played Spurs, they weren't great, but they're better quality, and we've played Liverpool, who are the team, were the team to beat before we done them over. So I think we've got an abundance of goals in us against quite a leaky defence, and I think we could see 4 goals here. I really do think we could go 4-0 again.
Yeah, and it wouldn't surprise me. Jazz, obviously Nuno's no longer with Tottenham. He left them in the summer. Obviously they've still got the Portuguese connection with. Obviously they've got a few good players who spring to mind: Neves, Moutinho. Can you see them being a bit more disinterested now Nuno's gone? Nuno was sort of the one who attracted them to him, really, didn't he?
Yeah, a couple of things I notice about them is we talk about Traore, but he hasn't featured certainly in the last sort of 2-3 games I'm looking at recently. So maybe they're gathering a different formation, and like Mitch has said, Traore I think is slightly overhyped recently. He certainly was worthy the hype, say 2 years ago, but since then I don't see anything in him really. He did used to be quite like Antonio, quite frightening, but he just doesn't seem to have anything really in terms of assists or goals. This team reminds me of a mixture of like when we played Leeds and Brentford. So I think what I mean by that, formation is a bit 3-4-2-1. I don't think many teams play that. So it's going to be one of those. I think they're going to come out at us with nothing to lose, and they could well get the first goal like Leeds, and then we'll grind ourselves back in eventually. So over the 90 minutes, we'll certainly show our quality, but I don't know how the start's going to go. It could be anything. We could get a quick one. They could get one. And like Ian said, we could be slow because of the international window. And I have noticed in like the first half, we're always worse. I don't know why, so I could easily see Wolves taking a lead, and hopefully we don't panic and sort of come back. So it's going to be ding dong, but I think overall we'll kind of win 2-1 or 3-2 or something like that. I think, yeah.
Yeah. So if you look at as with regards to the average goals, look, so we're averaging 2 goals a game. They're averaging 1. So you'd expect us the minimum to score. But yeah, no, I'm feeling positive. Mitch, I know the great result. Obviously, 4-0. Congratulations to him. We said it the other day on his bait. Would you, obviously, Oggy being out, who do you expect to partner Zuma at the back tomorrow?
Yeah, for me, I think obviously every game is a big game.
Yeah.
But I think this ain't the biggest game. So I think if we want to try and get that Diop Zuma league that everyone's talking about and saying, "Oh, that's what we should be going for next," then I think Diop would start. For me, if this was say Man City or Liverpool, Man United, Chelsea, something like that, a big side, I would have started Dawson. I think it's a bit more safe, not as calamitous. We could sit back and absorb pressure, but with Diop and Zuma, you're being a bit more risky, but you are planning for the future. Obviously, you've got that French league there with pacier. We know Wolves are pacey. They've got a very quick front line. Jimenez, Wangy Cann. I don't know if Adama will start, but they're all quick players that they got up top, and they like to hit on the counter and quicker this season. I know I've seen some good goals that Jimenez has scored this season from that kind of style of play. So for me, I'd start Diop next to Zuma tomorrow.
Yeah. Ian, what about you, mate?
I agree. For me, it is Diop just on a pace basis. I think Craig Dawson is the calmer head out of the two. Obviously, I think if he was available, we would all have Ogbonna every day of the week. But for me, with the potential pace that we have or we are going to be facing, Diop's got to go in and he's got to step up. If he doesn't, then I think his chances from now on are going to be few and far between.
Yeah. Jazz?
Yeah, similarly, if you look at last season's game, we won 3-2. We went 3-0 up, and then they clawed a couple of goals back. So I think it'll be a similar game. I can't see sort of them running away with it or us. I think they're just in that kind of place at the moment where they are growing a little bit in confidence and kind of perhaps they've got nothing much to lose and go for it. So yeah, it's going to be a bit of the international break as well. So I think, don't be surprised if Wolves take the lead and they do give us a few, good few problems during the game, but our class should rise to the occasion and get 3 points really.
Yeah, no worries. Before I read the first comments out, look, I just thought I'd get these stats up. This is actually surprising. So if you look there on the goals mark, obviously Antonio there with 6, Fornals with 4, and Chan with 4. But we dominate the assists again. Look, no other players got more than 3 assists. But considering we're known for the team to have less possession, the fact that we're doing more passes, look, Declan Rice and Creswell before Saiss with 597. So are we, even though we're having less of the ball, we're actually keeping it well, though, aren't we? I think that's the difference. Like we're playing good counter-attacking football, and everything seems to be working out, Mitch. It is exciting football to watch, though, isn't it? It's not like it's boring. Do you know what I mean?
I think it's because I think Wolves ping it more. I think they do the cross ball a lot more than us, especially Neves. They got that system. They got a very wide formation, so. Our players they rotate and we keep it shorter. We switch players around. They rotate a lot in that front four. So obviously we keep it shorter. They have got like a fixed system. They ping it long. Obviously Neves and whoever's in midfield alongside them, which is I don't even know who starts alongside Neves. I can't remember. I think it's Dendonka actually now. They obviously ping it left, right, and centre, which is probably why, and they're probably more risky going forward, which is because they have got probably a quicker front line than us, which is why they probably have less passes.
Yeah, it's Moutinho next to him, Mitchell, last 2 games when they've been doing well.
Okay.
Yeah, Moutinho and Neves together. Yeah.
Obviously,
That's good. That's a good thing actually, because I think physically they are piss weak, both of them. So if Suchek
Yeah,
can get into them, then we shouldn't have a problem running in midfield.
Yeah, Rice should have to look after Neves and then Suchek on Moutinho, isn't he? Who's 35, I think. So should be all right.
Yeah, there's no match really really for us. But the one thing what I will say is, is it bad that I feel so confident tomorrow? Is it that? When was the last time, as West Ham fans, really, we're just going into games feeling?
I think they deserve respect, though. They're awkward like Leeds and Brentford, and you know what those games were like.
I'm not so confident. I don't know why. I don't know if it's international break. I think sometimes after the international break, I get nervous easier. So it might just be me, and I think it is just me. But I'm quite nervous for tomorrow for some reason. I'm not feeling. It's not necessarily nervous. I'm just not as confident as against other teams. I don't know why.
It's one of those. The game starts and they get a ricochet, they get a corner, goes off someone's leg, goes in 1-0 Wolves after 2 minutes, and then you don't know how. It's going to be one of those games. It's not going to be where they continually dominated the game and they beat us deservingly. It's not going to be like that. It's going to be that 1 or 2 small things have happened that's led to them getting a goal, and then that's dictated the mood. I think. Yeah, it's going to be one of those. Yeah.
Doesn't help that. I don't think it even helps that Antonio scored that long range banger on a Tuesday purely because I can just imagine him doing it. I just know he's on the second minute. He's going to get the ball. He can play it through on goal to Bowen. And he's going to go, I'm going to have a fucking go. And he just smashes it into Mo's head and it hits the astronaut again.
I don't know if it's true. Someone said that Jamaica have got 6 games from December till Feb or something like that. Someone said.
Yeah, they have.
Right.
So that makes it imperative, doesn't it, to sign another striker then if he's going to be off?
Of course it does, but the fact that I think he'll be gone the same time as Afcon's gone as well, so we'll be without Ben Rama and Antonio.
I was thinking about the other day about Antonio. I don't really see why he chose to play for Jamaica. At this stage of his career, he's getting slower, his injuries are worse, and potentially his next injuries that he has could worsen him even more. I don't get why I don't know, at this age, I think if you're at a club where you're loved, you're the number 1 striker, and you're not that fit, I just don't see why you'd play, if I'm being honest.
What part of the World Cup region is that then? What happens? Like what? Are they in a group of 4 or 5? Are they? I'm so ignorant.
No, it's a league. It's a league
of all the Caribbean islands, is it?
Yeah, so it's like the top 6 or whatever go through.
To where? To play
to play in the World Cup.
North America as well. The whole of North America, is it?
Yeah, they played like the USA and everything's in it as well.
Yeah,
it's like one big league. You play everyone twice. It's like 20 games or whatever it is.
So they must be. They're not that good, are they? Jamaica. They must be at the bottom, near the bottom.
I think Ravel Morrison's representing them now as well, isn't he?
Yeah,
but he's got nothing to do. Yeah, he's got nothing to do. But so, I mean, like you said, Mitchell, if I was him, I'd play once and then perhaps I'm being unfair.
Yeah, I don't get it. Or maybe I would chat to the manager and say to him on the side, look, I don't mind playing in if we get to the World Cup, I don't mind starting every game, but for now, I'm focusing on club football. Can I be substituted in last 20 minutes because my fitness levels ain't great? I don't have long to recover because it's a long trip from Jamaica back to England.
Especially the season going now. And imagine something touch would happen to Antonio. He'll miss out on the Europa run, League Cup run with second in the league. I think we're playing.
But like you said, this is probably his only chance to qualify for the World Cup, though. That's the fucking problem as well.
Nah, really? Jamaica? Well,
he's 31, isn't he?
No. I mean, the chances of Jamaica getting through.
Yeah, I think they're 4 points off the place where you need to qualify, I think, or whatever it is.
I'll have to look it up, mate. Yeah.
But look, I brought this team up again. So obviously, this is the team. Obviously, apart from McBonner, Do you see the same team starting again?
Yeah.
For me, say replace Ogbonna with Diop, and that's then the starting lineup.
Mitch?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, Ogbonna for Diop. I mean, Ogbonna out, Diop in. Exact same. Obviously, I said the last game about Souček dropping for Lanzini, but I don't think he was too bad, to be fair. So
or Corral, isn't it? Sometimes maybe. Yeah.
I don't get why Corral is not even playing. Like, even in the cup when Noble started, obviously a few weeks ago over him against Genk, that really fucking wound me up.
Yeah, no, it is that. Obviously, Pablo Forno was like you said. He's obviously had the baby this week. I think he's very professional and stuff. If he's not with it, he wouldn't play. You wouldn't bet on him scoring again tomorrow, would you? And do the baby celebration, wouldn't you?
Yeah, he will do that. He will do that. Yeah.
I personally think he's going to boss the game for us. I think he's going to be absolutely untouchable against Wolves. I agree, he's got a reason to mark the occasion, hasn't he? And I think he will be on levels above everyone else on the pitch.
Yeah, no, definitely. Jazz, obviously, we're saying we're taking each game as it comes. Moyes laughed it off about title contenders again today in his interview. If we win tomorrow, I'm not saying we're title contenders, but I say it every game. We're just getting better and better. The other teams don't want to be playing us, do they?
No, and what I'm interested in is that the gap's getting bigger between the top four and the rest. That's what I'm really interested in. I'm not really looking at first or second, to be honest. I'm more keeping an eye on 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th. That's what I'm looking at. And I'm looking at if hopefully we win. And Arsenal, I can't see getting anything against Liverpool. You never know, though. Arsenal are half decent. We'll be like 6 clear of the 5th team and 9 clear of United, maybe. I mean, we're 6 clear of United at the moment. That's what I'm looking at. Like, always wanted guaranteed Europe, didn't I, next season? So that's what I'm just looking at. Get all the points in the bag. So at least we've got Europe, as a mainstay, and then think about anything bigger after that, really. So yeah, the top 4 are.
I've got it up now for you, Jazz. Yeah, I've got it up for
apart from Arsenal, we're top 4 are pulling away, mate, and we're part of them. Really, it's crazy. Yeah.
Obviously, I'll get the fixtures up as well because we've done that on the last game. I thought that was quite interesting, so we'll save that for the last 10 minutes or so to talk about the other fixtures. But obviously, if we win, it'll be a good milestone for us. But with Europa League on Thursday, Jazz, it's sort of nice to be playing on a Saturday. It's a bit more rest time, and I know we're going to do a preview and obviously talk about that. But do you reckon that's on David Moyes' mind? Do you reckon he's thinking about Thursday as well? Could we see some more changes though?
Not really. No. If anything, the changes will be in the Europa game. I think then you'll see Alex Corral and Lanzini and 1 or 2 others. Not for this one, I think, because we're looking good in Europa. And hopefully we're maybe a point away, maybe, from reasonably looking to win the group now. So just a point I think we need. So no, I think he'll go full on here with the tried and trusted, because he just doesn't rotate, and fair enough, it's working. No, so I do see a lot of changes for Europa, I think. Not this one.
Ian, Mandy's question there: if we do win, can we start talking about us being title contenders?
In fairness, as I've said every week, I'm a bit of a pessimist, but I've got this feeling in my stomach, and it's just sort of something special's happening this year. And it's a long time coming, and say Moyes has done wonderfully, but I really do think we're one of 3 in the hat for potentially pushing for a title challenge. I really do think we could mount it, providing obviously we don't get too many more injuries. There's no reason why we can't. We are the big fish at the minute, and we are the scout that everyone wants.
Yeah, I'm looking at top 4, Ian. I mean, that would be great. That would be something, top 4.
I do think the aim from now on has to be to qualify for the Champions League, and then anything over and above that is a bonus. If we could get a a decent FA Cup run and get to the final of Europa League, I think all round you have to say it's a very successful season.
Oh, fuck me. I'd still take Europa League at this point.
Yeah, as a minimum, if you want to interest Rice in staying. And I hate saying big game, crucial game, but I can see that Arsenal one building up already. As they beat them, and
I'd
they
love
kind
to
of
fucking humble them. Honestly, I'd love to.
that'll get rid of them for a good while. They'll be like 6-7, because they're sneaking in, aren't they? They're not kind of well, yeah.
Nice to see. We've got an Arsenal fan in the building. Arsenal.
Hello, mate.
Great show, guys. Is your squad big enough to cope with Europa and challenge for the top 4?
Well, it was last season, wasn't it?
Yeah.
What are you saying? I mean, Lingard kind of carried us in that final part, didn't he?
Yeah.
We had a few more injuries.
Was that Liverpool goalkeeper scoring in the 95th minute, wasn't it? More or less. Crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. Ian, do you reckon we've got enough to cope with both?
Yeah, I think David Moyes is very astute in what he's doing, and I think he's keeping that balance, isn't he, of keeping players fit just in case.
Yeah.
So I know obviously we mentioned Alex Crowell's not playing. I think he's saving him because come say end of December, when people are getting tired, you've then got a completely fresh player to come in. And I do think, providing say some sort of injury crisis going through the squad, I think we can challenge on 4 fronts this season. I really do.
Well, we are, aren't we?
We're doing it. It speaks for itself, and I think it goes down to just say sheer hard work.
Do you reckon it's like you said? I'm only going by what other people have said. 85, 86. I think we only used 15 players that season. It was all about momentum, not changing. Do you reckon that's key, Jazz, as well? Moyes is getting the changes right, isn't he? In all competitions, he's keeping a mix of first team players in the squad.
I think the first thing is this is a second season we're playing like this, so we know we can cope. If it was out of the blue when we were finished 17th, I would have said we ain't going to keep up with this. But I've seen it now last season and half the year the season before. And the 85-86 season, what really got to us was a frozen pitch in December, January, and we had to end up playing 3-4 games a week in kind of April, May. And also back then you had to keep replaying the games. I remember 3 games against Ipswich. I think it was 1-1, 0-0. And then the one we won went to extra time as well on a snowy day. So 3 against Ipswich, replay at Man United in the one of the rounds, replay against Sheffield Wednesday. That's 7 games. And we went out before the quarterfinal stage, I think, in the cup. So that adds, a lot of games at the end. So it's a slightly different story to that, but it's the fitness of the players. They've gone up another 10-15% notch. They're so fit. They're so strong and touch.
Do you know the one, like you said, Creswell's the one who surprised me. He's played 16 games and 90 minutes this season.
Well,
all
Creswell,
90 minutes.
I'm shocked at Creswell, mate. The most fragile person that we used to look at, saying you touch him, he's going down. He ain't going to get up again. I don't know what's going on in the background, but keep it up.
I think personally, for me, it's the work ethic of Souček and Soufal coming in. They've forced everyone to up to their level, haven't they, of fitness and working, and it's a fantastic influence.
Another thing is when you're winning, doing well, like we used to look at the other clubs, they never used to get injuries. So you never get injured when you're winning or doing well.
No.
I don't know if it's psychological. When you look at what we're doing at the moment, no one wants to miss out. No one wants to get injured, and they won't. I don't know. It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, normally we've got Andy Carroll getting injured and Kevin Nolan getting sent off about this time. Normally, back in the day when it.
Well, Carroll used to get
in the changing room, drinking.
Yeah.
No, definitely. Another question from Kent, and then I'm going to ask you about something else in a second. But if you had to pick FA Cup, Jazz, or qualify for the Champions League, what are you having?
Oh.
I know. I always get into trouble. I'm going to stick to it. I'm going to say Champions League. I know I'll keep getting into trouble, thinking that once you get in to get more money, you'll win the cup the following season, whatever. Yeah.
Mitch?
It is tight. I would personally like to win the FA Cup. I think I haven't seen us win anything in my lifetime. Obviously, I don't know about you boys, but I'd love to just, I'd love to go Wembley again. Last time Wembley was when we won the playoffs final, and that was one of my first ever games, and that was just magical. I think that experience would stop us qualifying for Champions League. Because the thing is, you win the FA Cup and you get in your own league, and that's still great.
As they said, Arsenal got qualified 21 years in a row. Don't put a trophy in your cabinet for qualifying for the Champions League. Ian, I'm a bit surprised. If you had to pick, what were you?
It's very difficult. I think both are valid points. If you get in the Champions League, it then gives you the opportunity to attract, say, the top echelon of player, doesn't it? Which then puts you on better grounding for winning more trophies. But it doesn't, as you said with Arsenal, it doesn't always go that way. They did win a few FA Cups. But for me, your name's got to be on a bit of silverware somewhere along the line, hasn't it? And I think that's then the next step into becoming the biggest club in London. If we win the FA Cup and the league this year, then no argument, is there?
Yeah. No, let's have a look and see what anyone else has said quickly before we go.
I think they're all going to say FA Cup.
So,
yeah.
FA Cup, Champions League all the way. FA Cup, Champions League is the next step. So it's quite of a mixed bag, actually. I'm quite surprised.
Well, what would you say, Lee?
FA Cup, mate, for me. FA Cup.
Yeah.
I think James after the link. I think. Andy.
Yeah, I've sent him in.
Oh,
yeah.
Cool.
Top four for West Ham would be better than winning the FA Cup. Oh. No, I don't know.
I just think how that will change the whole mechanics and look and everything Champions League. And then I'm like Ian said, it's not guaranteed, but I'm assuming that the money, the level, that hopefully you're going to win the.
I think it all depends on the owners and how they then progress as being a Champions League club.
Sponsors, isn't it, Ian? God knows what you can attract in corporate.
Yeah, so knowing our owners, they would just rinse all the money out the club, and then we would finish 17th the following season. So,
well, I think they're going to get loads of money back in January anyway. Yeah.
Evening, James. Champions League or FA Cup?
Champions League for me, mate. It's got to be in it. Let's be honest.
Really?
If we win,
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm surprised there's that many with me.
I'm really surprised,
I would like to see us win a cup, but if we get to Champions League, I agree with what Ian said before I come on. We attract better players, and then we've got more chance of winning a cup, if that makes sense. If we could go and win, say, the League Cup, and then we might not win nothing for another 40 years. So, do you know what I mean? I don't want that. I want us to sort of keep building up the table. Right?
Yeah, you got teams like Wigan. Did they win the FA Cup, didn't they, James? Wigan?
Yeah, They got relegated in the same year, didn't they? They won the FA Cup and got relegated. So
that's what Birmingham done, wasn't it? They won the Carabao Cup and got relegated.
Yeah, make sure we don't win the Carabao Cup and then we're laughing. That's it. But no, listen, I think Champions League, that's where all the best players want to play. If we're going to keep Declan at the club, then that's important, isn't it? Let's be honest.
That's a fair point, actually, to be fair.
Yeah, no, definitely.
James, I was going to ask you. James, do you play poker?
Why is that, mate?
No, because Ian's playing tonight, and I thought there might be something up James's street. I don't know.
Oh no, I'm stuck out in the forest, mate.
Normally, like in your life, not now.
No. That's one gambling thing I'm not into is poker. I've done my bit of roulette or stuff like that. It's just a bit, it's just a bit not for me.
What about noughts and crosses? You play that? Or?
Love it.
Cool. Look at that. From an Arsenal fan, seeing West Ham playing the Champions League before us would hurt. Oh.
We'd win it before them as well.
Good.
Oh, don't be greedy, Arsenal. Come on, you've had a lot of good days.
Yeah.
Couple of doubles.
I'm just going to read some of these comments out because I skipped to the bottom because we were doing that vote. Mandy's saying as well how crucial January will be. We'll talk about Lingard briefly in a second. We need some signings in Jan for sure. Otherwise, we'll be recalling the kids. Vlasic and Crowell this year, plus Lanzini look like old Lanzini. Yeah, no, our squad is looking better. Let's see if any of this is necessary. Lingard, here we go. So Ricky sort of mentioned it. So me and Jazz sort of me and James had our say earlier on this man. Obviously the rumour, obviously more stuff's been coming around. Obviously liking stuff on our last trip to Molineux and stuff like that. Ian, we'll get your first thoughts. Do you reckon he's a hammer now? Do you reckon the deal's done pretty much if he's putting stuff on his stories and stuff like that?
Yeah, I think he's either already sort of arranged as a gentleman's agreement, or he's really trying to force a move from Manchester United to get a big deal. I don't think Newcastle's the way forward for him. I think they're really realising that actually just throwing money at the problem is not going to work. But yeah, I think he should come back to us. He's loved here. He can perform at his very best here. The only thing that I think would be I suppose a con for it is I think he'd struggle to get in the starting lineup now. I think Benrahma, Fornals and Bowen are on form this year, and just to rip one of them out and replace him with Lingard could upset the balance a little bit.
Mitch?
Yeah, obviously, that's the thing. And people saying, is it a priority signing? Striker's more priority. Striker's priority. But for me, Lingard is a must signing. Like 10 million is still. I just really hope we get him. He doesn't go to Newcastle. But the thing is, we said at the start of the season that Lingard choosing to stay at Man United, which was apparently the case, and not to come back to us, was a stupid decision, and we all knew that. And so
I've heard more from X. It was the fact that we couldn't agree a fee. Lingard didn't turn us down. We couldn't agree a fee with Man United. Yeah. That's what's coming out now.
But say that X said at the time that Lingard turned us down. So I don't get that. I remember X saying it. So
yeah, no, I'm just going by. I think obviously he's not going to say he wants to leave if agree can't be a fit. Agreed as well.
X said like behind the scenes that Lingard didn't feel like it was the right move for him. He wanted to stay at Man United.
What it is, where he's a Man United boy, it's like us being West Ham fans. Like we wouldn't want to leave our boyhood club to go and play somewhere else, would we? We'd want to fight for our place because we love the club.
Yeah, I think you've hit the nail on the head there.
The problem is with Lingard, he loves Man United, and he thought he had a chance of getting back in the team, and now he's seen it that he ain't. Do you know what I mean? So, what it was, I think it was more to do with the transfer fee. United wanted 25 to 30 million, and for business, that ain't a good move with a year left, is it? Let's be honest. So, in one way, holding out for 6 months might have just saved us 20 million. So, it's good business in the end, isn't it?
Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah, you're right there, 100%. But yeah, spot on. I think, but it's not just the fact that he's not playing. I don't think. I think it's the disgusting fucking Man United fans that have been given abuse this season as well. So he's not good enough. When he did that misplaced pass in the Champions League game from, I can't remember who he was against. But the amount of abuse he got so much abuse, racial abuse, everything. And I think obviously, we were at West Ham, all we got was this like love. We got like cuddle. Everyone loved him at West Ham. So he's gone from, right at the top of the books at West Ham, all West Ham fans loving him, to this season getting abused by the Man United fans. He must be like so excited at the possibility of coming back to us in January.
Yeah, no, definitely. Obviously, going back to the game tomorrow, James. Obviously, we'll quickly ask. Do you want to add anything what you expect tomorrow? Because then we'll quickly talk about the fixtures for the other games as well.
I think there's goals. I think we've got to start fast against Wolves. I think first goal is going to be massive again, like it was against Liverpool. I reckon Bowen scores tomorrow, and I reckon Bowen's going to shine tomorrow. I really do. He's had a good rest. He's going to be up for it. I'm going to say 3-1 to us. I think we can do them, and we've got to start fast though. Last 2 times we've come back from internationals, we've started slow, and we drew at Southampton 0-0, and we played okay against Everton, but we just nicked it 1-0. So
Brentford as well, wasn't it, James? At home, yeah.
yeah, Brentford was another 1-1. So we've got to start fast tomorrow. So 3-1 for me tomorrow. Bowen to score.
Mitch, what about you, mate?
I'd love for us to. I said I don't know why I'm still nervous. I think it's because of the international break, but I would like us for this game to dominate the whole game from start to finish. I don't think we've done it this season. I think Leicester we've done it, but besides that, I don't actually think we've played a game where both halves we've been like comfortably dominant over a team. So I'd like to see that tomorrow. I'd like to see a bit more composure. I'd like us to break down the team more because I think one negative I think about us this season, we've struggled to break teams down, and I think the goals have been plucked out of thin air, the goals we scored this season. So I'd like us to really dominate and try and break down Wolves tomorrow, who defensively are pretty poor. So if we can build a bit of confidence in our attacks tomorrow, then it'd be good.
So what's your score prediction, mate?
I think it will be. I think Wolves will score. I think it's a common one that everyone goes for, but I think 3-1. Yeah, I do think 3-1 tomorrow.
Ian, what about you, mate?
I think Jazz made a very good point earlier about obviously a silly goal going in off of someone's leg. I think if we can weather an early storm, I think the first half will be a bit boring. It will be a 0-0, and then we will end up storming the second half and coming home 4-0 winners.
Yeah. Any goal scorers? Who do you reckon is going to hit the mark? I think you said it earlier.
Yeah, I think four nows is definitely he's in for a goal or two. And then I don't know. I'd even put say Souček on for one, and possibly even Diop.
Jazz, what about you, mate?
Yeah, just one thing I remembered. I'm assuming Fornals is okay after the news broke early. Cool.
Yeah,
that's good.
Always...
I'm going for 3-2 to us and
4-3.
3-2 to West Ham.
I thought you said 4-3 then. I was like, what?
I think you're saying 4-3-2. I think you're going to say
yeah, 3-2, and I'm thinking that they're going to start quick and get the first goal. I got a feeling like Leeds, and we'll come back into it. So it's not going to be perhaps what Mitchell's after, but I think the way we're winning when we're not quite fluid or we take our time breaking teams down, I think that's a great thing. I think we're strong. We're a pain in the backside to play against. We keep hammering at them through 90 minutes, and sooner or later we kind of break them down. So it's going to be that kind of game. I just think, James, that with the internationals, it's going to be like a quick corner, and then everyone's going to be having a go at someone at the back out of us lot, and then we'll pick up again, and we'll get the job done, mate. So 3-2, I think, for me. Yeah.
Hang on 1 second. Ricky's saying 1-0. Cyber, hope you're well. Yeah, I am going tomorrow, mate. And Steve's saying, I reckon Dawson will get the nod over Diop. Yeah, we'll have to wait.
I think so.
I think he will. I hope he doesn't.
Yeah.
So, gents, me and Jazz done this the other day, didn't we, Jazz? The
predictions, isn't it?
No, not predictions. It's just fun. We just get a look at the other Premier League. So we'll start with Jazz. Obviously, the game at 12:30. Leicester versus Chelsea. How'd you see that one going, mate?
Yeah, I'm assuming Lukaku's still out. For me, it's a big miss for them. Oh God, this is tough, isn't it? Leicester, I think. Oh, let me just have a quick head-to-head. This is really hard.
Right. Does anyone else want to go before Jazz? Ian?
I reckon 2-0 Chelsea. I think Brendan Rodgers is eyeing up that Manchester United seat. And his head's not going to be there.
Oh yeah, interesting.
Yeah, Mitch.
Same time, I don't think Chelsea have been too great. I think the last couple of games they've been superb. Obviously, I know they drew Burnley. I've still got Lukaku. I reckon it's 2-1 Chelsea.
James?
I think Chelsea will win 0, mate, on this one. Leicester are just inconsistent at best all the time. So yeah, I'm going to say 2-0 Chelsea. I think they'll just get the job done and shut up shop and move on. But yeah, that'd be it for Chelsea. I'm going to have to shoot though, Andy. Thanks for having me on.
No, it's all right, bud.
Yeah. Cheers, mate.
Make sure you pick the prawn crackers up. Make sure you pick the prawn crackers up.
I know, mate. I know. Otherwise, you see me online, she'll kill me. So yeah. Anyway,
all right. Cheers, later.
Take care.
See you later. Jazz,
you got to get Chinese.
No, I was taking the piss. He didn't hear me. Let's move to this side. I think that'll be better.
I'll go 2-1 Chelsea then, I think. Yeah, 2-1 Chelsea. I think they're missing Fofana, the Leicester people. I think they're missing him at the back. Yeah, been all over the place since he got injured.
Yeah. Obviously, people compared Ndidi and Rice so much. I've seen Leicester a few times this year, and Ndidi's nowhere near.
No.
Declan Rice no more. Ian, do you reckon that's gone past it now? Or are they just different kind of players where Declan's getting a bit more forward? He's not.
Yeah, no, I think if you compare Declan Rice to the position like last season where he's been the more defensive of the midfielders to Ndidi, I think that would have been a fair comparison. I think now he's going forward more. You'd have to compare Ndidi to Souček in terms of those sort of stats for it to be a fair comparison because they're not playing the same role, are they? I do think if you had Souček next to Ndidi, I think he would do a job. And likewise, if it was Rice and Ndidi, that would be a fantastic duo. But I think Rice is the better player.
Yeah.
No.
He's more all round, isn't he?
Yeah. Oh no, we need to go this way because then Mitch gets cut off. Aston Villa Brighton, Steven Gerrard's first game, the manager of the year, they reckon, who's going to turn their fortunes around. Me personally, I can't see it happening. Jazz, what do you reckon the score is going to be?
I think it will have an effect on the players for sure, Gerrard, in the dressing room. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
No, the first game syndrome. First game, new manager comes in.
New manager bounce.
Yeah. I think you get that, and but they're Brighton are half decent as well, aren't they?
Yeah.
0-0 last season, these two. I'll go for 1-1. These are hard games. These are hard games, man. Villa, Brighton. Yeah. I don't know what I think with these two.
Mandy's everyone's fucking going for a draw. Come on, someone go for it. You going for a draw?
No.
That is a manager uplift. Otherwise, they would have lost Villa.
Yeah, no. I think this is the game to watch. I think everyone in that Villa dressing room will be wanting to impress Steven Gerrard because as much as he's a relatively new manager, he's still Steven Gerrard, and everyone will want him to think they're a good player. But I think this is the game to watch at the weekend. I think that's going to finish 3-0.
Okay, 3-0. Right, look, Mandy 1-0. Mike 1-0. Grant 2-2. Ricky 1-0. Fucking hell! You're going to get fucking splinters on that fence, you lot.
First half, Villa are going to be amazing. Second half, Brighton are going to play normally.
Yeah. Come on, Mitch. Who are you going for, son? Please don't say a draw.
I think 5-5. No, I think Villa win. I think a comfortable 3-0 or 2-0. I think Villa. I think they'll do well. I really do. I think at home, I think they will do very well.
Yeah, I'm going 3-1 Brighton. I think they're going to get smashed big time. 3-1 Brighton for me. What a game this is! Patrick Vieira versus Burnley. You watch. Everyone's just going to go. You know what, Andy? Yeah, fuck you. 1-1 all the way down again. How do you see this one going?
Well, first of all, I'm going for hospitality in this game, mate. But I think if they got any at Burnley, but low scoring. So I'll probably go for 1-1. I'll probably go for 1-1.
Ian?
1-0 Palace.
1-0 Palace, yeah. No explanation, just straight to the point. Mitch?
5-5. Nah. 1-0 Palace. 1-0 Palace.
Yeah. Let's have a look. Steve's saying 2-1 Palace. I am saying 0-0. I can see this being so fucking not because I'm sitting on the fence. I just think this game is going to be so poor. And do you know, match of the day when they show like more interview time than the actual highlights, I think that's going to be the last game on match of the day tomorrow.
Oh, well, never. You know what? The league surprises you.
Yeah, it does.
Palace are quite enjoyable to watch this season. They're not like too boring.
Yeah, Conor Gallagher's just ridiculous, and like he's a talent, mate. He's ridiculous. Grant's going 1-0 Burnley, 85-minute winner. If that comes in, Grant, you should do the lottery tomorrow night. And Mike saying 2-1 to Palace. What a game this is! The richest club in the world versus the Bees. Jazz, how's that going?
That one's going to finish 2-1 Newcastle, I think. Yeah, I think Brentford are a little bit low at the moment. And Callum Wilson's one of my favourites. Always got a goal in him. So yeah.
You like him?
Yeah, he's one of my favourites, apart from the injury record. When he's fit, when he's fit, brilliant.
I think he's a fucking knob, mate. Especially that handball goal against us. I
He's
stand.
But he's one of those you probably like on your own team, though, wouldn't you?
No, I can't stand him, mate.
Ian, back me up, please.
Ian,
I don't. You're on your own on this one, mate. I'm going to sit out and just watch the chaos. Now, 3-0 Brentford.
3-0. Yes, Ian. Love it. Mitch?
3-2 Newcastle.
Okay. Yes. I'm surprised. Well, look at this. If this turns... Oh, hang on. Steve's one first. 1-0. The little shit Callum Wilson to score. See, yeah.
More goals than that. 100%.
Yeah. Mandy's going 4-2 Brentford. God, that'd be a good game.
Oh.
Jones saying 1-1. Grant saying 3-2 Brentford. Mitch is right. Wilson is a wanker.
Oh, he is, but I'm just saying he's a good player, irrespective of what he gets up to.
Yeah. Newcastle 3-1. I hate Wilson. And then Adam's in the car. How you doing, Adam? Hope you well. Don't remind me of that handball goal. Never left a game more angry in my life. What a game this is! Dean Smith obviously moving to up the last bit of Norfolk. Obviously Norwich versus Southampton. Jazz, what do you reckon? Do you reckon Dean Smith can do his magic for them?
He wasn't picky, was he, with his first job? Wherever came, he got it. I'm going to go for 1-0 Southampton.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he's just gonna pack the defence in Smith to start off with, and Southampton should get something.
I didn't realise just how shit Norwich actually are. To be fair,
I don't know why he took the. Well, desperate when he get back in. Bloody hell.
Even Big Sam couldn't get him out of trouble. Ian, what about you, mate?
I think we're going to see the return of Billy Gilmore in that Norwich side, as well as Todd Cantwell.
Have you seen them? Have you seen them? They keep showing pictures of him, like on the social, like they do, like behind. I watched a bit of it today. I don't know why even though it come up on my feed. I was watching it, and he was heavily him and thinking what you just said. I always forget his name. Canwell. They were heavily involved, so I can see them as a two in the midfield. That could be quite interesting.
I think they were frozen out, weren't they, under Fark? So I reckon Norwich are going to win that 2-1.
Oh, okay. Mitch,
is Campbell back for that game?
Yeah, he's been in training.
I like Dean Smith. Why the fuck he chose the job, I never know. It's a doomed job, isn't it? It's a strange job. Like you're not getting financial backing. It's not being funny. The fans they're nothing as well. They're a nothing club.
Norwich is a great away day, though. It's a great away day.
No, I've never been, to be fair.
Yeah, it's a good away day, to be honest. But what are you going for, mate?
Thinking 0-0.
Okay, interesting. Ricky's going 1-0 Norwich. Adam's saying 2-1 Southampton. Mike's going 0-0. Yeah, Grant's saying 0-0. 0-0 fucking Oh, nil
These games,
10.
these games are dreadful at the weekend. Really
know.
bad.
2-0. 2-0 Southampton. Norwich are the Prem San Marino. Mandy saying 4-1. 1-1 come on the Canaries. Gilmore just got overran early in the season. That reminds me of Jack Wilshere with us.
I'm surprised. I thought he's going to be good. Oh.
Yeah. Oh, what another good game this is. Watford Man United. How'd you see that one going, Jazz?
That one's going to be 3-1 Man United.
Oh, I thought you was going to say something else. Ian?
Do you know what? I fancy Watford in this one. Big Ben Foster to keep a clean sheet, and I'm going Watford 2-0.
Oh.
I reckon he's going to keep Ronaldo quiet and then pull off some sort of sue at the end. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I've actually gone 2-1 Watford in my prediction league.
Oh my god, really?
Yeah, I've just got like, as people keep saying, Ollie's at the wheel. I think he will be. Mitch, what about you, mate?
I think Ollie is so good at putting out the last minute result to keep him in the job, and it's been all over news this week that he's basically on his last legs, so looking at replacements already. So I think they'll win. I think it'll be what Jazz said. I think 3-1.
Okay, interesting, Mr. Bond. Mandy saying 2-1 Man United. Grant saying Ollie lives another week, 3-1. Mike saying 2-1 Watford as well. Adam saying 1-0. What a result this would be for us if Man United don't get a point or less tomorrow as well.
Well, I don't know. I think it's a good thing. I think it's a good thing.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
keeping Ollie in a job.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think keeping Ollie in a job is great. Just keeping him in as long as possible and then maybe sucking him off at last minute would be great.
Ricky won.
Anything.
I can't predict a Man U miracle win for Watford. Interesting. 5:30 game. Liverpool versus Arsenal. Jazz?
Oh god, these are so hard, mate. Oh my god.
My prediction league. This is going to be fucking hard.
They're all really tight games.
They are, aren't they?
Arsenal, Liverpool, you can't contain them, so I'm going to go for 3-1 Liverpool.
Mike, sorry, we've done our predictions for thingy at the start. Put it in and I'll put it up, mate. We've already done the Wolves one. Sorry, Mike.
Yeah, 3-1 Liverpool for me at home. Yeah.
Ian? Sorry, I know you need to go. We'll get these last three done.
I'd like to say I'd be consistent with what I said on our own podcast, but I can't remember what I said there. So I'm gonna go for Liverpool to come back proving a point. I reckon 5-1.
I think these are really hard. It could go out either way. These fixtures are really hard for me. Arsenal could easily win 1-0. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. At Anfield, I don't think they're
it's hard,
containment for 90 minutes, especially after losing to us. I think they're definitely going to have a point to prove.
Mitch?
Arsenal ain't got the midfield either to cope. I don't think they've got. I think obviously with like teams against us, like teams like us, West Ham, we've got really good midfield, got good shape. Liverpool struggled with that. Arsenal don't. I think 2-0. Comfortable 2-0.
Let's have a look and see what other people are saying. So, draw best for us. Draw best for us.
Ian, you want to keep an eye on the time? Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm all right for a couple more minutes.
Yeah. Literally, we'll go through this. Draw at best, then 2-1. Liverpool are angry 3-1. Mandy's saying 5-2. Mike's missed that one, so there's going 3-1 West Ham tomorrow, and 3-0 Liverpool and 1-0 Liverpool. Jazz, quickly, Man City Everton. No, De Bruyne. He's got COVID. Remember?
All right. Okay. 3-0 Man City.
Just knock a goal off because that De Bruyne. Ian.
Yeah, no, I'll go Jazz 3-0.
Yeah. Mitch.
5-1, I think.
5-1. Yeah. I'm going 4-0. I reckon Foden's just going to rip it up on that day. And of course, I don't even like to say him. The team in North London versus the Dirty Leeds.
Should we leave this one? Shall we?
Both teams I don't like.
Just leave it. Yeah.
Hopefully, that's the first time ever 2 teams lose.
Yeah. Let's give
3-0.
them 0-0. Let's give them 0-0, both of them. Yeah. 0-0.
Well, hopefully Harry Kane does his ACL. That'd be nice. No, I'm joking.
Even if he did, he comes back in 2 weeks. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, he's not like the man made of glass. He's like a fucking
He's a horse,
boomerang,
isn't
isn't
he? Yeah,
He's a mong. He's a mong, isn't
He really hasn't got much between his ears. I figured that one out over the summer. Definitely.
Did you see that picture of him sitting on the bench when he's like, I've scored 4 goals of like 7 goals, and now I've got to go back to see Conte, and he's him sitting on the bench with a fucking ride hump.
I see him playing in those.
Yeah.
Oh, crazy.
I actually think Leeds are going to get a result here. I'm actually agree with Steve. I'm going 2-0 Leeds. You know, I think they're going to get a win. Not just because I don't like them either. I just think Conte's not been great yet.
God, Bamford's still out.
Yeah, he's out till like February, I think, isn't he?
Yeah.
I think Spurs will win it, to be honest.
Oh,
Alana saying Leeds win.
Oh,
I'd go 1-0 Spuds, if I'm honest.
Mitchell Romero's out. Skip's out. Session's out. Gill,
Spuds 2-0.
Injuries.
Mike's saying 1-0 Leeds. Ricky's saying 1-0 and 2-0 Tottenham. Nice.
Tottenham.
It's a big Leeds will score, actually. I've heard what Jazz said about Romero and Skip. I think maybe 1-1.
I think Spurs at home should have enough. Otherwise, God, if they don't win that one, bloody hell, God knows what's going on.
Well, we've come to the conclusion, gentlemen. What another great show we've had. Really enjoyed it. Mitch and Ian, great guests as always. James featured as well. Me and Jazz, we're going to be doing the first time thing tomorrow. I'm going to be doing an instant match reaction live from Molineux with Jazz. So look out that for about 5:05. Ian, or if anyone else is around and want to jump on, Jazz will send you the link. I'll be live from Molineux, hopefully with a big smile on my face that we've become victory. I'd like to thank everyone else in the chat. Really does mean a lot. The channel is growing rapidly, and as we speak, gentlemen, I'm going to give a live subscriber count. We now have 470 subscribers. Thank you, everyone. Yeah, it's flipping amazing, mate. Literally everyone in the chat. And if you are new around here and you like what we're doing, subscribe. What more else can you do? What else do you want to do?
That Swiss player we used to have with this shirt. You remember him?
Barami.
Yeah, this is a shirt that reminds me of him. But
he still plays. He still plays, doesn't he?
He plays in the Champions League, I think. He plays for Napoli, doesn't he? Is it Napoli he plays for?
I believe so.
I thought last time I saw him, I thought it was for Tess.
Oh, I think he moved to Napoli again, I think, maybe. Thank you. Congratulations, guys. Nice. Yeah, really do appreciate it.
We'll get you on the line.
Yeah, no, definitely. Thanks, mate. That's what I like. Other like clubs coming on because it's nice to get another input. But if you do beat us a couple of weeks, mate, I think we might have to time you out for a few minutes. I'm joking. I'm joking.
Yeah, I'm noticing we got a good few Arsenal people that watch us, so thank you for that. No. And for once, Jazz, I created a new outro for us, so we've got a new updated outro. So I'm looking forward to doing that. Ian, Mitch, really appreciate your time. I hope you enjoy your weekend. And West Ham win tomorrow. And one thing left to say is, come on, you Irons. Let's check this outro. Let's check it out.